is going on, guys? Sid here, and welcome to the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are continuing our journey in our first ever Pool Blitz tournament. Guys, we've got the Snake Cup. We've qualified in the qualifying rounds and the opening round. We've completed both of those journeys. Guys, unfortunately, we were trying to break top 10, and we were at number 7, rank 7. The first time around, right? We were like literally number 7 in the Snake Cup rankings, right? Which was absolutely insane for our first ever Pool Blitz tournament. Now, guys, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for tuning in last time. Thank you so much to Toasty Barbecue, who absolutely he rallied a lot of people over to my stream, right, yesterday, and thank you guys for all tuning in. He's a class individual, so if you guys haven't followed Toasty Barbecue, his username is in my most recent clips, and he's absolutely done the business and actually just threw me a solid, right? So once more, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We skipped Weekend League in FC25 this week, right? Because we're kind of we're giving you guys a ton of options, right? Like a ton of different tournaments and different modes of play, right? So guys, we're gonna do, instead of FC25, the FC25 traditional grind that we do over the weekend, right? We have a team. We just need to sit on some cards and let those cards appreciate in value, right? In rankings, right? In their overall ratings for the remainder of, the time that we have in FC25. So, with that being said, guys, earlier last week, we started our first ever Snake Cup, right? We started the Snake Cup, and we qualified, right? Now, here's the thing, if you guys are new to Pool Blitz. Pool Blitz revolves around swapping out cameras, right? So you have the overhead, traditional camera that we've used since Yahoo Pool days, since, the Google app Pool game dropped, and, for 10, 15 plus years, right? Just put it like that. Right, so the traditional camera, the overhead camera, is still in use, but because the physics in Pool Blitz is actually very close to real life pool, right? It's actually a great competitive game and a ranked game with low to medium levels of intensity, but a high accuracy threshold is still needed, right? You still need to break into a high threshold, so it is essentially a great esports game to consider as well, right? If you're looking for esports games and games that you can just chill out on stream with, right? So guys, qualifying rounds, we completed, no hassle. Opening rounds, we completed, no hassle. Now we get to weekend rounds, right? So the weekend round is up next. We hit 15, right? Top 15 is still absolutely epic for our first ever go in this tournament. We're in higher rankings on the phone app, obviously, but this is probably the chillest game that you'll get, right? In terms of ranked competitive play. That you can just chill and engage with everyone in the community quite easily, right? So we're gonna get to the next set of matches. Now, again, with the camera, right? The camera settings, right? I'm just gonna screenshot this because it's actually really freaking dope, right? So the camera, you kind of want the pro camera that allows you to zoom in. And I think why we didn't break, right? So season 46, auto queue, chess, get 2 times faster chess unlocking, theme avatar mask, theme Q, 2 ruby chest, 3 obsidian. That's interesting, right? Season 46, right? So this season's been around for a while. Season 46. That's absolutely epic. 1v1 tourney, weekly tournament entry, theme decal. That's pretty dope. Right? So list of chests can be opened from the menu. Okay, so we can claim it. That's absolutely dope. Right? So we get a free chest, right? And we have new season, right? So we claimed some gems. So the game revolves around gems, right? So we're up to level 2 in the new season. That's absolutely epic, right? So let's go ahead and open whatever chests we can. We have 8 chests. We can open these 2 right now. Absolutely epic, right? So once more, the game revolves around gems, right? The gems are probably the most important thing in terms of allowing you to play Pool Blitz extremely comfortably, right? So we have 19 gems, which is absolutely epic. We can get to the next round of matches. Pretty dope, right? New tournament, entry to the latest tournament is now open. Weekender tournament, that's absolutely epic. Oh, wow, okay. So we're in rookie level, right? We're here. Entry fee is now 1,000 coins, right? Top prize, get a really cool chest, right? Aim assist is right there in 8-ball. And guys, we have the Weekender tournament, right? So let's check out the news, right? Snake Cup tournament, right? Earn XP from all of these, right? So, the Snake Cup tournament, right? Like, that's what we were doing. Alright, that's really dope. Now, I just want to make sure, season pass, let me just check that stuff. Let's just make sure that we've, like, done everything. Okay, so here it is, right? So we have the Weekender tournament and our Snake Cup progress to be continued. Now, the reason why we dipped we dipped out of the top 10 for this tournament is probably because we played, I think, 2 matches without, 1 or 2 matches without the pro camera, right? In the pro camera, this game you kind of need the pro camera for fine-tuned shots at a fast pace, right? So we're gonna try our best to play some immaculate level matches, right, in the Snake Cup, right? Look, the continuation of the Snake Cup. And we're not gonna put like an extreme amount of pressure on ourselves, right, on this channel. We're just like, if we do it, right, and we absolutely, you know, like if we end up like breaking top 20, top 15, top 10, top 5, whatever the case may be, right? If we break those numbers, right, I'd be more than happy with whatever, right? Give like a good general rule of thumb, right, for you guys to just all like have enjoyment in the game mode, right? It's actually pretty straightforward, right? To get joy from any game, allow yourself room to fail, allow yourself room for grace, room to like learn, right? In any game that you play, right? If you just jump into like any competitive like mode, tournament, anything, like right off the bat, and you have the intention, I must win, I must get this prestige badge, or I'm I failed, right, in terms of like my gaming journey, or in terms of like competitive play journey, it's just setting yourself up for failure, right? Give yourself room to grow, give yourself to learn things, give yourself time to rest, give yourself all of that grace, right? Like, just afford yourself so much grace, right? Still take the game, you know, as serious as you want to take it. It's a game, right? It's a game, it's competitive play, but you're here to primarily just chill out. You're here to chill, you're here to vibe, you're here to pass on good vibes, you're here, you know, and not every day is going to be, like, everyone has their lives, right? Not every day is going to be hunky-dory, not every day is going to be good, right? So what I would say is just, you know, take it one day at a time, and best of luck to everyone who's always competing, right? Who's always like aiming for like insane rankings and stuff like that. Especially if you're hungry, good luck to you, right? Like I'm trying my best to like just we messed up on the lucky shot, right? So the weight of the ball changes, right? And sometimes you get the bang, sometimes you don't. So we're off to a bad start today, right? So we have a lot of room for grace that we need today, right? We have a lot of room for error, right? So we're not gonna put any insane pressure on ourselves, right? Naturally, we just, you know, we have that pressure on this channel, right? Like to always compete and always to like do something insane, right? But and get some like highlight reel level stuff, right? But I don't think you guys should you know, like you know, just like have fun. Make sure that you're still having fun while you're doing all of the stuff that you're doing. Whatever you're doing, in whatever field you're doing, in the real world, in the digital world, whatever, right? Just enjoy yourselves, and I wish you guys the best of luck in whatever it is, whatever goals you're accomplishing this week. If you're looking to just throw off that extra holiday weight, if you're like looking to just hit the gym for the first time in quite some time, if you're looking to just, you know, start a new career path, start a new journey in life, start whatever it may be, right? Or just like picking up where you left off, right? Because you're burnt or spent out. I'm wishing you guys, I'm sending you guys all of the positive vibes. I try my best to, like in every stream that we do here. And hopefully, you know, we have some good times and some good vibes again. So guys, here we go, right? We're in the weekend tournament, weekend rounds, right? We have 20 matches to play. Round ends in 18 hours. We have to grind out. We'll probably do 10 matches on this stream and 10 matches on the next stream, right? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I feel, right? we'll probably like break up the streams into like 2, just to make sure that we don't like, you know, like overexpend, right, from a strategic standpoint, and just like start missing our shots and messing up the shots, because, you know, stamina issues and just getting tired, you know, like those are all variables you have to take into consideration. Excuse me, into consideration, right? So I'm just turning on the lights in my room, right? We have to get to like continue renovations, right? Like this renovation stuff is like taking forever. But guys, let's go into the first match, right, of the 20 in the Weekender Cup, right? Well, the Snake Cup, the weekend mode, essentially, the weekend rounds, right? So we qualified, right? We're in the top bracket, right, of pool players in Pool Blitz, right? Which is absolutely dope, right? So we're gonna try to matchmake right now, and this game, like the regular modes, right, are pretty laid back and chill. Still requires high accuracy, but this is like high speed, high intensity, and high accuracy. So wish me the best of luck. Let's go. It's been a while. It feels like a couple days feels like it's been a while, right? So we're gonna try our hardest to just do everything correctly. And guys, if you are new here, a follow would help in a major way, right? So thank you guys for always tuning in, right? Follow helps me get to affiliate as fast as humanly possible, right? So we're gonna try our best to, and let's go. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. Excellent bank. Okay. Just want to keep 100% accuracy as much as humanly possible, right? So it is a little bit of a chore, right, to keep the speed up, but you don't want to like sacrifice your accuracy for speed, right? Like you want to have a good balance of both. And right there we had our first mess up. Right, so want to make sure that we don't mess up. We scratched. So let's go ahead. And every match is going to be insanely difficult. Right? So let's go ahead and just make sure that we have as much accuracy as possible in the shot, right? Otherwise, we have to do double work. Scratch again, right? So we need to speed it up just a tad bit. First match is always going to be like this. Okay, at least we hit it. Oh man, so we're messing up big time. Okay. Almost done, home stretch. We can still come back. Done. Come on, come on, come on. Are we done? No, one more. So we nearly messed up right there, right? But we take the first. We got a rampage, but we nearly messed up, right? It's like a warm-up match, right? First match being a warm-up match, it kind of really does, like, you know, like, it messes you up just a little if you know, it trips you up a little if you, like, miss some of your shots, right? So we get 20 on the first, right? So it seems like you need to average 20 or higher to break into, like, the rank, to break into the higher ranks, right? Anything under 20... in terms of like your score, that's where you're gonna just mess up, right? So we get our first win in the tournament, right? And that's like a good like wake up, like splash of water type deal in your face, right? So we need to do better than 20. 20 is decent, right? So we're here, right, in the weekend round, right? So 20 is decent in the Snake Cup for your first match, right? But you want to do higher. You want to get like 36 I think 36 to 40, right? You want to like average like way higher. I don't think 40's, I don't think I've seen a 40. I know a lot of the other pro players are probably going to get like in the 40 range, right? You want to get like anything above 20 in terms of like the scoring, right? So it's a little tricky, right? But 20 is like the bare minimum in terms of like the W that you take, right? So I'm still not familiar with too much of how the scoring works, right? I'm leaving that up to like the computer to decide, right? But essentially what we should be worrying about is just clean, accurate ball banks, right? Like ball pots. So let's go ahead, let's get into match number 2. If we can finish out the whole thing, like if we're firing on all cylinders and we just end up in like flow state, that beautiful state, we might as well, right? Just keep going. All right, but guys, we get the first W on stream, right? We get the first W, first match of the weekend league tournament done. Hey Jordan Kid, 44, how's it going? Good, we're doing the weekend cup right now. We're in the second match. We need to play a little better. We won the first one, so we need to play the second one cleaner. Right, so let's go ahead and wish me the best of luck. We're doing the Snake Cup right now, weekend round. Right, so hopefully we do good. In our first... Oh, no. Okay. Oh, no. So this opponent is very tough. Just heard double kill in the background. Did we get it? No. Close. Okay. Doing more than... It's tough. It's extremely tough, right? Like I'm just like trying to like budget my time. We scratched there. That's not good. Illegal first ball hit. So let's go ahead. We get penalized for that. Okay. Let me see. Let's just pay attention so we don't mess this up, right? Match number 2. Ooh, double. But illegal follow through, right? That's messed up. So we need to average better than 20, right, in this match, right? So I'm going to try our best to. Alright. So we broke into like top 15, right? In the first go around, right? Oh no, we don't even have the angle here. We barely have the angle. This is a little better. Trying to take our time and do this, but at the same time just like have like high accuracy, right? Accuracy and speed, that trade-off, right? You want to have both, essentially, right? We're almost there, home stretch it seems. Oh no, okay. Go again. Oh no, no. Joystick messed up. Oh no. Are you serious? My joystick is like messing me up, and now I'm like panic shot. That joystick mess up was insane. Not something you want to see happen. Nothing there. Bad angle. We get to go around again. But definitely messing up just a tad bit, right? But we have easy angles, right? So not too much in terms of like a time issue. Oh no. This is bad. Come on, overtime. Oh my god, 22-21. Guys, we had some incredibly poor bouncing, right? And then my joystick messed up for like 2. Like, you know, like when you're like trying to like fine-tune the release on the shot, right? I like fine-tuned too much and I was like a little too gentle on the pullback. Yes, it was insanely close, right? Okay, so let's see where we stand right now. 42. So we did a little better than our first match. Our first match, like the warm-up match, we were like 20, and now like 22. So we're still doing good. We need to average above 20. 20 or above is what you need for the weekend cup, right? So we're gonna try to like play better, right? But it seems like we're off to like a shaky start, right? So we hit top 15 in the opening round, right? So this is the second round, right? And this is my first ever like weekend round, like in the Snake Cup, and we're doing good. Like hopefully we do better, right? So just need to like that accuracy and speed trade-off is what's needed, right? Like you need to have like a good trade-off. Like you need to be fast-paced, but you can't sacrifice your accuracy. If you sacrifice your accuracy, you end up, you know, like you end up paying for it, right? Like so you want to have the best of both worlds, right? And that's where the skill level comes, like that's where like the skill level in Pool comes in, right? So we're gonna try our best in match number 3 to just make sure that we do a little cleaner, right? We play a little cleaner than we did in the first 2 rounds.
Fight.
All right, let's go. We have nothing. I'm messing up. Yeah. The speed component is such a huge factor. Because you have to like decision make so fast than in regular Pool, right? You have to have like your decisions to just be clean at all times. Combo shot. Alright. Let's try to be as clean and fast as possible. Oh no. Just missed it. Okay, let's try to speed this up. Nice. Final batch. Ah! How did we mess that up? Point blank shot. Not that big of a deal. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Excellent. Alright, let's go. Let's go. 22. So we're averaging 22, and I believe we lost that opponent last time we faced them, right? So we're doing a little better than 20, right? But not anything too crazy, right? We need to play cleaner than that, right? Like, so let's see where we stand right now. So 3 matches played, 3 wins. We're at 64, right? We're in the top 4 bracket in the early, like everyone has to play their matches, right? So it's too early to call, right? How we'll end up doing, but we'll get a good average, right? Like it's our first time ever doing this Snake Cup, right? And it's easier for me to like engage with everyone. If I missed anyone's comments, like at any point, I do apologize ahead of time, right? It's easier, like, it's when you're focused on the match, right? Sometimes you miss the comments at the side of the screen. So I do apologize ahead of time. Yeah, like, we're playing clean, we're playing accurate, we're trying to, right? Now, do we have enough gems to play out the whole 20 is the only question, right? Because you're gonna, it sounds weird, right? But I kind of need, I've acclimated, I've gotten the hang of the pro camera, and I don't like playing the matches. I don't know if you play Sims 4. I'm just building up some houses and play. No, I don't play Sims 4. I know, some of my friends that are nurses, and in the medical field, believe it or not, right? Like some of my like adjacent friends, like that took that route in life, they play The Sims a lot, and some of like I don't play that. I play I don't play that game, but I know a lot of people take that, like those games, like the single player experience games and stuff like that. I know that they take those pretty seriously, right? Like those are like their hobbies and pastimes, and I know those communities, right? But I've never been a part of that community. I'm a part of the Tekken 8 the Tekken 8 fighting game community. I'm a part of the first-person shooter community. I'm part of the pool community. Part of the, of course, the soccer community, which is probably the one that we've been streaming primarily on the YouTube channel and here, right? The FUT community, FIFA Ultimate Team, right? So we've been a part of that community for years and years and years, right? As long as we have in the first-person shooter community, right? So those are the communities, and we're in the horror community, right? So those are the communities, and the retro gaming community, like, but for some reason, the Sims community, I haven't been a big, the Sims community, the Minecraft community, right? Like those communities, the Fortnite community, I'm not usually a part of the sharing ideas of maps or creations. Oh, yeah, no, I have the communities that I'm a part of are probably more for like the mature audience base, and it's kind of like, you know, like the base that I'm comfortable with, right? Like in terms of like ranked competitive play and stuff like that. But I know like a lot of my like my friends that stay active in those communities, right? Especially the nurses, right? This is an 18+ stream, right? So, just throwing that out there, right? Again, right? Yeah. Let's go into the next round, right? Let's get that going, right? So, we're gonna try our hardest to like win the Snake Cup. Right, like not win the Snake Cup, but place in the higher ranks, right? So it's our first go around, right? And we're gonna try our best, right? To make sure that we achieve like the highest score possible, right? It's gonna be a little tough. It's gonna be a little tough, right? And hopefully we can just like have this, you know, like have this like we play these matches as clean as humanly possible, right? So a lot of it's like competitive communities in the respect to make play competitive, but they make me rage a lot. I know people that take Minecraft seriously in terms of like and Sim seriously. I know that. Like I'm aware of those communities as well, right? In the gaming realms, right? Let's get into the next match. And let me focus at the task at hand before, like, I mess this up, right? We're on a little bit of a flow, and I kind of want to, you know, like, make sure that we can, do this absolutely, you know, like, in an insane manner. We're gonna try our best, right? Right? And hopefully we get as close as possible to, like, machine-level play, right? In terms of, like, accuracy, but obviously we're not machines, we're humans, right? So, I'm gonna try our best, right? Like, let's go into this match. I don't think we have anything here. We can actually just get away with getting that done, right? I think, right? Like, do we have this? No, we don't have this. We have a, yeah, we do. Okay, right here. Okay. Yeah, so like what I was saying is that my nursing friends, oh, we got that one. Just on a rebound. Yeah, my nursing friends are big, like their pastime, like one of their hobbies is like the Sims crafting, right, that are in the nursing field, right, so, yeah, that's a pretty epic community to be a part of. I'm not a part of it, but it's, Like, like, any community that you get joy out of, like, I'm a big fan of that, you know, like, so, there's that, right, like, but let's, like, focus on, I think I was better on the phone for Injustice, but, I didn't really, I didn't really give that game a go. I was always like, the games I ended up giving a go for was like Tekken. Like, I've been a part of that community since I was like, since I was young. We don't have anything here. Let me just pay attention. Since Tekken 3 days, right? I started with Tekken 3. Oh no. This is bad. Okay, let me just get this. I'll explain after. Let's take the red. Okay, let's go. No! Just want to keep the accuracy up. Good, good. Ooh, double! That was epic. That's probably going to be the best shot of today. Spending too much time on this. Change the angle.
Victory.
And close call, 20 again, right? Close call, we take the next W, we take the next win. But, so that's, I think that's like 4 wins in a row, right? Should be, right? Is it 4? Right? Yeah. So it's 4 matches played, 4 wins. 84 is our score, right? We're playing extremely good, right? But yeah, the Injustice community, like, I think I only, maybe like 15, no, is it that long? Has it, like, the first Injustice, right? I can't even remember when the first Injustice came out. I think, I can't remember the year that Injustice came out, but I knew a lot, like, a lot of my Mortal Kombat friends transitioned over, like, the ones that played the original Mortal Kombat in the Sega days, in the Sega Genesis days of gaming and arcade gaming from the 90s, right? A lot of them ended up, a lot of my friends from that time period, they transitioned into Injustice and combo creations and stuff like that. They did that quite well. They were just playing as casual gamers, but once more, I think they were also in the medical field, believe it or not, right? So that was like kind of like their one of their hobbies. I think they were good in they were highly exceptional Mortal Kombat players, Injustice players, Street Fighter players, and I think, what was the other game that they kind of like mastered alongside? I think Gran Turismo, just out of the blue, right? So those were the games that they used to play, right? In terms of like competitive, like tournament level play, right? But you know, they weren't they had like other they had like other fields like that they wanted to like obviously go into, right? So they ended up, a lot of them ended up in the medical field, right? Believe it or not, in one way or another, just working jobs in that area of life, right? But they were like exceptional. Injustice came out in April 2013. That's exactly, yeah, the first Injustice. Yeah, that's exactly, like, I can't even remember how long 2013 was, right? Like, we're in 2025. Sometimes the time is like slipping. It's 12 years ago. So I was close with the years, right? So it's like 12 years ago. And they played that really well. I was never big on that game. The game that I excelled in was probably the Tekken games, right? In terms of like fighting games. But now, like, I struggle. I think the last time I went at a high level, again, another medical. Damn. Why is it all of my medical field friends ended up like being exceptionally good, like fighting game community? No, Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive was maybe Xbox One days. I probably just had like one Dead or Alive game. But no, for me, primarily, I played, like, aside from like the original Mortal Kombat's, it's probably going to be Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom games, and like those were like amazing for me. But Tekken was kind of where I had my home, and I'm like, I was a decent Hwoarang player growing up, right? And then I transitioned over to Jin and Kazuya, but I stayed with Hwoarang. Hwoarang, like, most of his combinations have remained unchanged. Like, they obviously the advanced combos have taken like a huge turn, right? And there are like, I call it like the Hwoarang offs, the Hwoarang like tournament, I call it like the Hwoarang competitions, right? Like whenever you face off against your own character, your own primary character, so your main character, like usually those are kind of like, I'm not even like the best Hwoarang player, not even close to even breaking like in Tekken 8, right? Like there are so many amazing Hwoarang players right now, and Jin players and Kazuya players. Hwoarang is extremely underpowered in Tekken 8 right now, right? He's underpowered. I hope Tekken and Street Fighter always kind of felt the same to me. Well, they did have the crossover for that reason, right? Because, yeah, they had the crossover, right? The crossover made it very, because it is extremely, yeah. When Street Fighter entered, like, Street Fighter struggled for a little while from going from 2D to 3D gaming. And, then after they found their home, it seemed like Akuma kind of, like, fit really well into the Tekken. They transitioned well. And I absolutely love, like, in terms of like transitioning between competitive games, I love, like, in October of last year, we were probably playing like our peak like Tekken. We got up to like Tekken King, which is not bad, right? Then we dropped because we transitioned over into FIFA/FUT/FC gaming, right? Which is the like year-long kind of like grind, right? So for people that play that game, the YouTube channel has been there for quite some time, and that's kind of like where we like primarily like post the official videos. But the official videos are here as well on VOD now on Twitch. But in terms of like FUT gameplay, right? It's like a year-long encompassing thing, so it does wear you down, and you have to find what I call single-player games, are games that we don't take as seriously in terms of like ranked competitive play. I call them palate cleansers, right? Single-player games are games that you can just unwind to and relax, right? Transition easily out of, right? Where you don't have to like go from like one hyper-ranked competitive field to another ranked competitive field that's extremely like tough, right? So I call it like palate cleansers, something that can just like refresh your brain and just like ease your nerves off a little, right? So a lot of like these single player experiences that we have here are racing games. We transitioned over to like racing games for single player experiences. We do like the mystery games. The Sherlock Holmes games are absolutely amazing in terms of like storytelling, right? They're like game movies, right? So I think I picked up like the whole bundle, right? Because I think when the PlayStation 4 was out, we were just starting out in FIFA Ultimate Team, right? Like in terms of FUT content, right? It's now titled FC, right? FC 25, right? So you can't use the FIFA name anymore. But if we've been in the community long enough, you just say FIFA and just, you know, like, but they lost their licensing, they lost their rights to the FIFA moniker like 2 years now, right? So the FIFA title, right? But hopefully they get it back at some point, right? It's just like I think like a money discrepancy thing, right? Or licensing issues or something. I don't know, right? But hopefully they iron that out. EA irons that out in time, right? So we can call it FIFA again and just go back to like how I remember it. But in 2014 we started. I was on the exercise bike, and that was back in college days, and I used to go on the exercise bike, and I used to do online friendlies and stuff like that simultaneously, and we used to just play FIFA, and we were doing five-a-side back then. And five-a-side is now like well, now you have like Rush, right? So Rush is you and 3 other opponents and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, you don't really have the option to use the goalkeeper, right? So Rush is the closest thing to probably like 10 plus years ago, how I remember myself playing before we entered the FUT journey, right? So the FUT journey was absolutely epic, right? and it still is epic. Like, we're grinding out amazingly there. We're in Division 1. We're a couple matches away from 1 to Elite. We just have to find that one day where you're just firing on all cylinders. You're just playing the best possible version of yourself that you can play, and then we go, right? But even, like, these days, like, we've hit Elite many years in a row, right? Like, these days, like, another prestige badge doesn't mean that much to me. Vibing in the community and just having good times in the community is probably going to be, like, much more important, right? Making sure that the community just knows that, you know, losses are allowed in life, and just like in gaming and in ranked competitive play, right? Just making sure that you give yourself enough grace and give yourself enough room for growth, for trying new games, trying new experiences, right? And just like, you know, like allowing yourself room to grow and allowing yourself room for breaks, right? A huge issue that the FUT community kind of like struggles with from time to time is probably everyone just wanting to get top this, top that, top this in the world, top that in the world, top, let's get to Elite, let's get to Division 1, let's get to this, like, and there's no room to just relax and enjoy the game and enjoy the experience, right? So as long as it's enjoyable, whatever game it may be, right? If it's Tekken, if it's FUT, if it's Pool, if it's, you know, like, as long as it's enjoyable to me and everyone else is engaged with it, as long as it doesn't, as long as you don't end up in a toxic atmosphere, right, in trying to get those prestige ranks is what I'm saying, right? Like, you just want to have good vibes, right? And the better your vibes, the better, you know, you'll just, like, go in life, right? Like, and I absolutely just love passing on good vibes to everyone as much as possible, you know, that's just my nature, right? Like, I don't, like, I don't really, you know, like, I don't really, like, I'm very easygoing, you know, like, with where those things are concerned, right? Like, just make sure that, you know, everyone vibes and has a good time on stream, and you know, like, in terms of, like, competitive play, right? Because you're gonna, what I say about all tournaments and all ranked modes, right? You see these players, you see the same players and the same names year in and year out, right? So it's always good times, and you know, like, oh wow, so what's going on here? Okay, let me just pay attention. And I just love the fact that, you know, there's camaraderie amongst a lot of the FUT players, right? And a lot of the other, like, competitive players, right? They're the same people that you see day in and day out, right? And you just have to have that mentality that on any given day, those same players that play as much as you do can beat you at any time, right? Like, and you just keep the good vibes going, right? And it's a community where everybody knows everyone, right? So it's always going to be good times. We got a double there. That was a clean one. I think we're playing absolutely epic right now. Oh, no. I just jinxed myself. What can we hit? Oh, no. There we go. Alright, we're gonna try our hardest, but we're losing this match right now. We're getting penalized like crazy. No. Why are we messing up so much? Took 2. Let's go. Oh, no. It's usually because they're passionate to get their first wins and stuff like that, right? And it's usually because, you know, like, they're just trying to establish themselves. It's usually the case. But if you've established yourself, right, and people know that you're good, right, The last thing is to just create a community and just build on your community. Oh no, we lost in a major way, 22-23. Right? Sorry I didn't get to see, we were in the middle of the match, and the match was not going our way. We got penalized in a big way, 22-23. But I didn't get to see what you said. A lot of people, and that's the rage sets in competitive game. It's part of, I mean, what I would say there, right? And a lot of like other competitors would agree with me, right? Like, it's whenever they're trying to aim, like they have an expectation that they've either never reached, or that they're trying to keep their you know, like to keep themselves like it's like across all boards, right? Across all game modes, right? They're trying to establish their names, right? Like they're in that, like usually when people are just starting out and they don't have a title to their name and they want to be taken seriously in as a competitive player or whatever the case may be, right? And they don't have a good understanding of how sportsmanship, you know, like if you're ingrained with like sportsmanship from like a young age and stuff like that, in real life athletics and competitive tournaments across the board, wherever you go, right? What you know, like sometimes you know, they're hungry for their first is how I would put it. Like they're hungry, right? And the rage sets in usually because, like, for me, I can only speak for myself, right? But usually when I would get enraged is when I'm doing everything to the best of my ability and we're still falling short on the channel, or falling short in terms of competitive play and stuff like that. But here's the thing that, you know, like you have to, like, when you get to that kind of like behavior and you see yourself getting like all worked up and stuff like that, you have to remember people are watching you at all times, getting worked up, right? And they're going, bro, take like, they will then usually say, take a step back and look at how far of a mountain you've actually climbed, right? You're better than this percent of players, right? In terms of competitive play, you're better than this. You're better, you know, like even though you fall short of your own expectations that you set on yourself, you're still better. You're still in the top bracket, right? So usually how to combat that kind of like rage, which is it's a part of it, right? Like it's a part of all competitive fields, right? It doesn't matter which, you know, game style you play, which sport you play in real life, which whatever, right? Competition is it's a part of human nature, right? So, you know, like it's when the expectation, right? You're missing your own expectations and your own pressure that you put on yourself, right? We all fall into that, you know, category, right? And the thing is, you have to remember, like I said, like day in and day out, week in and week out, year in and year out, it's the same players that you end up playing against, right? It's the same people in the community. So everyone at a certain point, like depending on the community, right? At another point, like I just say everybody is somebody, so you don't need to introduce anybody, right? Like that's the phrase, I paraphrase it from one of person from the New York Public Library, right? Like a very like prestigious person, right? In that field, right? In the educational field. But it's that mindset, like everyone's somebody, regardless if you have a title to your name or not, right? You're all human beings, right? Like, and like that's just the way I go about things. So if we win something, we win something, right? If you get a title to your name, like you get a high prestigious title to your name in whatever field it may be, right? That's cool. To go to sleep, you have to wake up. Life events happen, life-changing events happen, you know, hiccups happen. At some point, everyone has to go through the hurdles that make us human, right? Like even if you're doing something that's exceptional in a field, you're still human at the end of the day. There are other comparable people across, you know, like competitive fields, competitive gaming fields, competitive sports fields, competitive academic fields, whatever the case may be, right? There's always going to be someone better, someone hungrier. So, you know, you take it with a grain of salt, right? If you get something cool. It adds to your name. It adds to, you know, who you are, right? A little bit, right? That you've done something amazing, but you don't let it get to your head is what I want to say, right? Like, you don't let things get to your head, your wins and your losses, right? You take your losses in stride as a learning experience, and you go to the next, you know, like, and you go to the next tournament with a fresh, you know, like you go to the next, you just move forward, right? With more of a, you know, you have more scars, you have more like badges to your name. That's it. And it's just good times. It's just good vibes. At the end of the day, chill, have fun, take in the sunlight, take your walks, right? Prioritize your mental, your physical health, hang with your fam, hang with your friends, and just chill out, right? Like, just vibe, right? Like, and I would, like, the reason why I'm streaming right now is because, you know, like, and, you know, like, usually in the streaming world, right, there's a lot of people that, you know, take it to that extra level where it's just rage-inducing and stuff like that. And it's not me. I think what's missing right now in the streaming world is just camaraderie and, you know, just like good sportsmanship all across the board, right? So, and just hanging out and just having vibes and remembering we're all here trying to have fun, right? Like, I just took that loss and it was insanely crazy. So anyway, let me go. Let me go into the next match. And hopefully we can do a little better, right? Give ourselves some room for errors, right? And right there, we just messed up big time, right? Against a very skilled player, and we just messed up again. So let's go. This is still our first tournament, but right now, we're starting to, like, slack. You know, like, our accuracy's starting to dip. I just want to get, like, one tournament where I'm playing, you know, like, high level enough, right? Oh, no. I should have taken it long. Sometimes it's the physics, right? If the ball bounces to an advantageous area, sometimes you won't always get the angle. No, 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 no. Gonna get penalized for that. Performance is starting to dip just a little. Ah. So we don't have anything, so I just had to make that. Is that it? So we won, but it wasn't close, right? And that's probably our lowest performance of the day, right? In terms of like ranked competitive play. 19. To me, the way I see high numbers, either wins, losses, either the numbers. I have to switch over to the PC to see the whole message. So give me 1 second. Let me see what you said. Since we're out of the competitive match now, to me, the way I see it, high numbers, either wins or losses. It will show how much you actually played and how much experience you have on that one game. It's the same thing across fields in real life, in different areas. Exactly, right? So here's like one way to approach losses that kind of like helps everyone, right? And I think it's like it's known amongst people that have like a healthy atmosphere, like take a healthy standing to like taking losses, right? So every loss is like you learn, the phrase goes, I'm paraphrasing, but the phrase goes, you learn more from your losses than your wins, right? And it's extremely true, right? So the amount of time you spend in a game mode, right? You're just gonna learn more nuanced aspects of the game. Essentially, you're gonna learn more like tricks, that another person, tricks of the trade that another person may not have up their sleeve. They may be able to, you know, they may be fresher in the game, they may be more hungrier or competitive, but you'll just have that 1 or 2 extra skill sets that you can only accomplish to your belt, right? That you can only have by playing as much, right? You're just gonna have more ins and outs, and you're gonna understand more in terms of pattern recognition and unique patterns, right? Unique pattern recognition, not just pattern recognition, but unique pattern recognition. That's an easy way to put it. But yeah, in general, right? You learn more from your losses than you do wins, right? You learn more about yourself as well, right? Yeah, because winning every game, you just keep playing the same. You're just you change. Exactly. There's always a way to improve, right? No matter the competitive field, there's always a way to improve, right? And I'm much older now. My reflexes, like, I'll tell you right now, like, my reflexes are not where they were 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago even, right? Back when I was in martial arts or things like that, right? Like, even though this is a competitive field, like like I used to do like my marathons, and I used to do my ultra marathons, and I used to, you know, like I used to train extremely hard as well, right? The way I approach, the phrase there is the way you approach one thing is the way you approach everything, right? So it's just a matter of time constraints and like actual energy distribution there. But the thing is, like, there's always gonna be someone, like, in terms of like there's always going to be someone fresher, right? There's always going to be someone hungrier. So at the end of the day, you want to have, like, you want to strike a good balance, like, be the best version, like, in terms of like competitive play, be the best version of yourself that you know you can achieve wherever you are with whatever you have on your plate, right? That's the way I would put it, right? Like, because we all have different, like, things that we have to take care of in our personal lives, and we all have different things that we have on our on our agenda that we have to take care of and scratch off, right? So these games, you should be like approaching it as, like, you know, like, some people struggle their whole lives just to get one competitive match in, right? I think I said that yesterday on stream, like you're normal to play a game in to play like a ranked tournament comfortably, or to play like a competitive mode or a non-competitive mode. It's not the same for everyone, right? So you just have to be grateful, right, that you're even just, you know, like anyone, just be grateful, right, for where you are in life, and, you know, like, that your ability to do that, right? Like, I think that's taken for granted sometimes. Like, it's perspective, right? Like, the more perspective you have as you're doing these things, it's just so damn cool. You know, anything that can help keep you with a level head is just absolutely dope to me. Like, even though, you know, like, look at our weekly tournament rankings thus far, right? So we've played 6 matches. Our score is 125. We're number 2, right, in this league right now, right, in the qualification though. So in terms of like percentages, we're extremely high. We haven't been playing well, like, I would say, because I know, like, once all of the matches are playing, we just have to like brace ourselves, right, on the channel. We have to just brace ourselves for like the you know, like, for everyone to just outscore us, right, like, in terms of like scoring, right, on the stream. But right now we're at number 2, and I'm happy for that, right? But I think I can still play a little cleaner, right? Like, right now, I think I'm like, I'm panic playing pool, you know, like high intensity pool. Like, when you start panic playing and you notice it, it's usually the sign that you should stop or just take a rest, right? But we've got 6 matches in, right? And let's get into match number 7. We'll see if we can get like 10 out, but we only have like 18 hours remaining, so it has to be done today, right? But we'll get a nice little rest, right? Like, if you play 10 matches in a row, and you get like a good benchmark as to how you're firing on all if you're firing on all cylinders, what cylinders you're firing on, kind of deal, right? I use that phrase, firing on all cylinders. It's a sports phrase, right? And essentially it just means if you're playing to the best of your ability, right? The best version of yourself, right? So let's go ahead and get into the next match.
Fight.
We should be fully warmed up now, so let's go ahead. Seems our accuracy is up right now. We need to just get the output faster. Oh boy. Let's go.
Dominating. Rampage.
Alright, so we took the W. Doesn't seem like we got bonus points on that round, right? But we took the W regardless. 33. Okay, we did get the bonus, right? So we absolutely just... That's probably the best match that we played today. 33-9. That's kind of where you want to see your scoring, right? If you're looking to like get like this tournament underway and get a good average going. So 7 matches played, we're number 2, right? Number 2 is fine, right? Like for now, like number 2 is absolutely incredible, right? But it is extremely high tempo, right? The Snake Cup is very, very high tempo, and that loss that we took, it keeps us humble, right? It keeps everyone humble. That loss that we took was like kind of like the kind of like wake up call. You got to play a little, you know, like your output has to be a little cleaner, right? And yesterday I was like joking, like I was joking with my father yesterday, right? Because he was also a competitive gamer in his spare time as well, right? And we were in the Quake 2 era of games, right? In terms of like online first-person shooter games, right? And I went under 2 different monikers. I've had this title, Sid the Maniac, since Quake 2 days, right? That's kind of like my competitive name, but I went under a different pseudonym during my Quake 2 days, right? Which was more to my clan name, right? The clan that we were a part of in terms of like ranked competitive play, right? Which was the Roman Legion. That was like the big Quake 2 clan back in the day, right? So we were on those servers, right? And I actually, like the leader of that server, I had a falling out with them because at one point they thought I was botting, but it was just because my accuracy in the real only matches was insanely accurate, right? Like I've always been an insanely accurate like player since back then, like when I was like 12, 13, 14, 15, right? And it was like online ranked, right? And they were like, man, come on, we're like paying for the servers, and they were like, man, you're taking this too seriously. It was just a joke. We were just pranking you and stuff like that. And you know, but I took it seriously because I was like still like in my teens, like back then when we were doing competitive tournaments back then. I was like, man, you know, like that some moments like stick with you, like kind of deal. And like like I still bring it up from like time to time, right? Like man, why did you guys have to? It was like because you were taking it too seriously. That was like the long story short, right? Like, and sometimes like now that I'm playing these matches, my dad just like I was telling my father yesterday, like we're obviously older now, right? I was like, man, these guys probably think it was like I'm just like potting these balls like crazy. It's like and they probably just think you're like a computer or something. I'm like, no, I'm just like trying my hardest for everyone on the stream. And if you saw my face right now and the way my hair is like so disheveled and like all over the place, right? I look like a mad scientist right now. Like I literally just like cut my hair this morning and I still have like these mad scientist like kind of like vibes going on, right, in terms of like self-care, because I'm taking these matches so seriously. I'm trying to, right, like just to give you guys good like high quality content essentially, right? But you know, like the matches are hard, right? And I know not everyone can make like accuracy like at this level, right? With you know, like, so I'm just like, you know, we're all human, right? Like and you know, like it's just a tournament and it's just for good times, right? Like there's me, like, I'm just trying to humble myself really quickly, you know, like, again, give yourself room for, like, errors and mistakes, if that makes any sense, right? So, I'm hoping that everyone has, like, a great week ahead. It's Sunday, March 2nd, right? I hope you guys are, like, again, prioritizing your mental health, your physical health. I hope you guys are, like, crushing your goals, whatever your goals look like, and, I hope, I just hope, like, you know, I can spread some positive vibes on the stream. But in any case, we took that win. I want more wins like that, right? Like with like high scoring wins like that. So we're gonna try our best, right? And if we get a high ranking in this portion of the tournament, I would be more than happy. So let's go ahead and see if we can play clean like the last match. Oh no. your decision making for like the next ball has to already be oh man, we messed up just a slight bit on the angle. Thing is, with pool, you have to have like your next ball already mapped out in your head. And we messed up right there. Get a time tax because of that. We're not... this is probably going to be our worst. Let's go. Yep, yep. You have to change, you have to adjust on the fly. Your directions have to adjust on the fly, depending on where the ball lands. And with the Pro Camera setting, you can see how I'm adjusting on the fly. The joystick just slipped. My joystick just slipped. Let's go. Two more, come on. One more. Clean enough. Oh no, 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 no. Took the wrong ball. Let's go.
Defeat.
Oh no, 19 to 20. Insanely close. So that joystick, my thumb hit my joystick kind of like and it released the ball incorrectly. It released the cue incorrectly, and we just took a huge loss, right? So 19, we fall short, right? It's human, right? It's human, right? To mess up like that from time to time. So 8 matches played, we're number 1. But like in the aggregate right now, as it stands, so I mean, we're trying our best, right? But I can feel my performance slip in that match, right? Like so, and yeah, Pool Blitz is definitely, in terms of like, Pool itself is like a medium intensity to a low intensity game. It's just for vibes. It's just the hangout on stream kind of deal, right? And it's good for that, right? In between rounds, it's extremely easy to chat and engage with everyone. Right, and just pass along some like good times, like some good vibes, some good times, you know, and you can flow and just be comfortable on stream. But the moment you get into Pool Blitz, the weekend league rounds, right, it's just insanely high tempo stuff, medium to high tempo, right, when you're facing against other ranked competitive players, right? So it's high intensity, high accuracy, medium to high intensity, and high accuracy always needed, right? So, and then when you're just playing the regular tour, it's low to medium intensity and high accuracy, right? So, regardless, it's gonna be vibes. But man, it's nice to do once in a while, right? I'll say that. Like, let's just say once in a while kind of deal. So 8 matches played, number 1. Our score is 177. Have a good idea of how we're playing. We can still play better. We just took a loss, right? So when we were doing the opening round, we took 2 losses. And we kind of messed up as a result, right? Like, we got into like top 15, right? Top 20 is still good, right? And we're doing decent, but you don't want to like leave the stream and then find out like after everyone finishes playing their matches that you don't do as good as you thought you did, right? That's always a sinking feeling, right? It's like, oh man, I cracked top 5. Oh man, now I'm 7, right? Oh no, now I'm 15. You know, that's how our journey was here, but it's to be expected, right? So I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm right on stream. I just want to go run downstairs, get some water, and I'll be right back, guys. Right? I haven't had my breakfast for today, but thank you so much for tuning in, and do go ahead and give Toasty Barbecue a follow, because he helped rally a lot of viewers over to my stream the other day, right? So the only way I know how to repay that user is probably that fellow FUT player, right? He's in the FUT world, right? He's an FUT elite level gamer, right? I would say just give him a shout, like just be aware that I'm giving him a shout out, right? And at the very least, give him a follow, because I'm so indebted, just for having that extra support. And thank you guys for always tuning in, everyone, right? Thank you guys. That support means the world to me, right? In terms of like streaming, we can only continue streaming if everyone follows and everyone just rallies around, right? And have a successful stream, right? And it's just good times, right? As long as I can pass on good vibes, that's just me. That's just my personality, right? So even though we're doing this, right, I just want to make sure everyone's having an absolutely epic weekend. And if it's not, I hope it's better. That's one of my phrases, right? I hope you guys are having an epic, like an excellent time, a great year. And if it's not, I hope it turns around. Like, that's my phrase, right? Like, it's one of my key phrases. I hope it turns around, right? So give me 1 second, guys. If it's not, if it isn't already, on a good path. So give me 1 second. Let me just make sure I get some water in my system so we can just play good. Play better than we're playing right now. Alright, so guys, I am back. Got some water, right? Apologies about that. Had to run downstairs. I haven't had any breakfast yet, so my head's kind of like a little like woozy, right? Just got up, and I am dieting, right? Like right now, and trying to like throw off that extra like winter weight, right? That holiday weight. I'm a little late on that. Right, so I am like gonna try to like incorporate some athletics tonight, right, and just get my conditioning back up. But guys, 8 matches played. Number 1, our score is 177. For the first 10, I think 200 would be decent. We want to do a little better than 200, right? But it seems like we're falling short a little. So we need to get another like 33 score, right? At the very least, 33, 35 kind of score. So we're gonna try, right? To continue to the best of our ability. We've got the pro camera for like 2 more matches, and then we'll see where we land, right? So everyone, I guess, just strap yourselves in. It's a journey right now, right? It's an incredible journey, right? And like I said, like I'm better at pool on the phone with the above camera, right? And before that it was Yahoo Pool, but like it's one of those like modes that I've played with like my friends from my childhood friends to now, right? So it's always good. It's always gonna be good vibes, like. But I kind of want to just get this one tournament out of the way, kind of deal. Oh no. Okay, we got it. Wasn't clean though. Oh, woo, that was a good one. Okay, we don't really have this angle, so double kill, but No. Couple unlucky bounces. And we're already messing up. Unfavorable angles. Ugh. And now we're being penalized. No, 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 no. The match is falling away from us right now. Ugh. Gotta pick this up.
Double kill.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. One more. No, 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 no. How do we mess it up? Alright. So we take the W, but that was like overtime. It kind of felt like it was like neck and neck. Very, very tough. 19 to 17. We fall short of the 20 average, the bare minimum, to keep the ranking. Right, high. So at some point, 196, right? We're getting into match 10. 9 matches played, 196. We're number 1, right, in the tournament. But at some point, if we don't start playing cleaner, we're in for a load of pain. You know, like, I don't like that, right? Like, we're trying our best, but right now it's even though we're hitting this number, it's still, you know, like you can feel when you're falling short in the match, is what I want to say. But let's go ahead and get into match number 10, right? Oh, man. So here we go. Let's try to like get like the first 10 matches under our belt and play as clean as possible. My eyes are starting to like, you know, like, this will probably be the final one with the pro camera too. So let's go ahead and see what we can get done.
Fight.
Ah.
Double kill.
nearly messed that one up. This is it.
Dominating.
And we take the win, 19. Let's see what it ends off at, because we've got the Rampage. Let's see what the final score looks like. 35-15. Ladies and gentlemen, the first 10 matches played, and I think we hit our target. 200 is kind of like the minimum. 231 isn't half bad. If we continue playing like this for the next 10, right, when we do return, we are, you know, like, we're probably gonna be like, we'll probably return in 2 hours and 14 minutes, right? And let's see if we can unlock another one. No, we can't, right? So obviously we're not putting money in any competitive modes, right? This is just pure grind work, right? But not having the camera, the pro camera right now, it's kind of like open 7 chests, play 10 quick fire tournament matches. So we need more gems, right? Essentially. Let's see what we can get. So we hit a high XP level. Just crossing our fingers that we get some gems here. As soon as humanly possible. Oh no. So this is gonna be weird, right? Because we may have to play like I'm just like approximating the time, because we're at a high ranking right now. I don't want to mess this up, right? Because right now in weekly tournament we are number 1, right? And everyone's gonna be playing their matches, right? So 10 matches played, 231. That's probably gonna be the highlight of the weekend, believe it or not, right? Like that's we're halfway, right? I mean, we've set the bar pretty high for everyone that tuned in today, right? We for like an hour and 23 minutes on the stream, right? We're gonna come back, right, when we can essentially get more, right, to complete the weekend tournament, right? We need more gems in order to get the camera, in order to keep that camera angle, right? And we're far away from the gems. We have to hope that when we open the chest yields us some more. It's a wooden chest, right? So we have to wait a little while. Let's see how much time we have for the weekly tournament. Round ends in 17 hours. So 2 hours here. Like we have to jump back in. I'll probably just jump. I won't play any more matches for like maybe like 4 hours, maybe like 2 to 4 hours, right? So we'll probably be back at like 12 p.m. East Coast time. Like right now it is 9:41. So we'll be back, it's nearly 10 o'clock, so we'll be back in like 2 hours and change, right? And see where we stand with everything, because we missed the golden shot, right? Had we like gotten the golden shot, it would have afforded us more gems, right? Like, and the gems keeps us, continues our abilities to have the pro camera, which is vital, right? And the challenges, I think we kind of like messed up where the challenges are concerned, right? Because we have to play 10 quick fire. Like if we play 10 quick fire tournaments, right? Like the quick fire tournament matches, you have to play with the above camera. 9-ball, we don't play. Open 7 chests into our matches, right? 7 gems. So we're not being rewarded with gems, right? It seems like, right? And we want to just make sure that we play high level regardless, right? But the first 10 matches, hitting number 1 is probably, you know, gonna be the highlight of the stream, right? Like, even though like it's not gonna stay at number 1, it's still a highlight, right? So 231 is a pretty high score, all things considered, right? So I mean, we're gonna keep a level head. Like if we manage at the end of this to hit like top 20, top 15, I'd be happy, right? Like it's just for you guys, right? Like essentially it's for you guys to have fun and just to see some cool stuff, as well as myself, right? Like just make sure that we always have some cool vibes on the stream. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in this morning, right? I hope you had an absolutely epic morning. I usually don't play with a gem unless I unlock a new queue. I like not using any of my gems. I get it. I get it. It's a more traditional way of playing. I understand. I understand the logic, most definitely. right? I just want to make sure I rank high, so I want to have like the fine-tuning option available. I like all options available, but I understand. Most definitely, I understand. I understand the traditional level of play, and for many years, like usually at a casual level, right? Like not at a tournament level, just at a casual level. I've played like in tradition, like with the traditional approach, above camera, without the 3D zoom, without 3D period, right? Like just like traditional play, right? And it's always good times regardless. Like however you choose to play, however you choose to get your joy out of the game, more than good times. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in this morning, right? We had an absolutely epic morning round of streaming, right? I'll see when I can get the gems back up to just replenish the pro camera so we can get into the next round of matches, right? But the first 10, hit number 1, good enough for me, right? For now, like it's number 1, like preliminary. You know what it means? Like it means that once everyone else finishes their their first batch of 10s, right? Like we'll probably drop to like 10, like from like number 1 rank to like 10 rank to like 20 rank, like anywhere in that fluctuation, right? You got to give yourself room for grace, right? So we did the best that we could. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys had an absolutely epic vibe this morning. Peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. That's also one of the phrases that, if you're familiar with the YouTube channel, it's my outro phrase as well. But yeah, it's the cool phrase, right? Like peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours, right? So take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.